I was attracted by the stained glass windows, if you want to reach in and see the truth of truths. But when you look at them, it's not just the pretty glass that affects you, it's the overall picture of what that church represents. The crown sticking up over Galbraith looks beautiful. And maybe it's a message, a philosophical message that this can still happen.
St. Paul Community United Methodist Church has a rich history in the Madeira, Northeast Cincinnati area.
We decided to look around for a few churches, and this one seemed to be the best fit.
It was location for the initial reason for coming here, but we met so many great people and made some lifelong friends.
So we drive past a couple churches to get to St. Paul. As soon as we walked in the door, we were just absolutely overcome by the physical beauty of the church. We also were very impressed with the friendliness.
And Carrie said, "I'll go out with you, but only if you go to church with me." So we came to St. Paul, which was the church she'd gone to a couple of times, and she liked it. She said, "You'll like the music." And we did.
I was probably less than 5 years old and really stayed because of that fact. Parents wanted to come here every single Sunday, and it was fun too. You got to know people and you get to understand that there is a certain growth.
Not only does St. Paul have a rich history in this area, but there is a wonderful, rich diversity of ways that people can get involved in the life of the church.
We have to remember how much praise and worship brings to people's lives.
As a singer, I get to experience all three services pretty often. And I love the fact that we have three completely different worship experiences, all of which are really top-notch in their class. From an intimate, small, very meditative first service to a very, very lively, fun, rocking second service, and then the third service with full choir and organ.
We looked at a demographic study of our area and found out that approximately 50% of the people in this area who are attending churches love traditional service.
That's the tradition we grew up with. We feel comfortable with it.
I like the traditional stuff, old fuddy-duddy, so I attend the 11 o'clock, but I love the younger ones too.
When we did the demographic study 5 years ago, we learned that 50% of the people in our area like traditional worship. But we also found out then that 50% like a more contemporary approach or emerging worship approach.
Every week I have the pleasure of being a part of the chancel choir for the traditional service and the band for the contemporary service. Those are just people I could not do without. It's great music, but it's also great fellowship.
Want to handle that one?
Oh, I love music.
Just get up and dance.
It's always fun going to church, but then when you get to go and you get to do the thing you love, that's amazing.
And truly, it brings in a very mixed, generational kind of group.
I grew up in the church, and the church was there for me as an elementary student. It was there for me as a youth. And when I came back from college, it was there for me as an adult.
Marley and I are a real team. She does a great job with the young ones and sending them to me and preparing them. My job as the student pastor is to, once I get them, is to expand on all those awesome stories and things that they've learned.
Our kids are very involved in the youth program here at church.
They need to know that church is a fun and safe place to come, and they need to know that God loves them.
We have a message of being inviting, grow, and serve.
Not only as a youth, but then as an adult as well.
So not only do we have programs for our children and youth, and we know that that is important, but we want to help people continue to grow.
The nice thing about joining a small group is not only do you meet friends that you obviously get to sit with during church services and everything, but there's always food and drink and social activities.
St. Paul is a great place to stay active, and what I find with most people our age is one of the most precious resources we have is our time. And I think what we're all looking for is a place where we can use our time in a way that makes a difference.
Missions, to me, is one of the most important parts of being a United Methodist. Missions can take place here in our church, here in our community, on a national level, on an international level.
But we can also help people who are a lot less fortunate right here in our own community.
So we like to have a lot of different types of welcoming events.
We participate in all kinds of community events, whether it's just walking in the 4th of July parade or our annual cabaret and dinner.
We always help out with the pumpkin patch. Everybody enjoys that. We have several pictures every year of Izzy growing up with the pumpkins.
There is so much to explore here at St. Paul Community United Methodist Church. It is a place where we are reaching up, reaching out, and reaching in.